Okay, Keir, so a wet South Bank, but a dominant performance. 3 points against rivals Bradford Town. 6-0 win. Leon Greenland even getting on the score sheet with 3 goals. A fantastic performance, I thought. Do you agree?
Yeah. Routine. I'd probably say without their keeper tonight, it could have been 10. I probably think he was their best player on the pitch. Pulled off 3 or 4 really good saves, and obviously we've still run away 6-0. No disrespect to obviously Bradford, but at different ends of the table, so it was a game that I expected to win and dominate. But I think this probably goes back to like when I first took over and we spoke that Bradford were in the Premier Division, we were in Division 1. Now they're battling for relegation 2.5 seasons on, and we're fighting for promotion and in the semi-final of the Vaz. So I always talk about progression, and that was sort of a bit of a light bulb moment for me when I just went and spoke to the boys then, like how much we've come on in such a short amount of time, and long may that continue. Like I said, we're in a good run of form now. We've obviously made it through to the semi-final of the Vaz on penalties, and then we followed that up with victories against Thornbury 4-0, Saturday Shrivenham 5-0, and then obviously tonight 6-0. And where the hectic schedule catches up with you, we've obviously not had a chance to do interviews and stuff, just because obviously everything's going on and we have to get ready for the next one. But I've spoken over the course of the season how important the squad is, and I think this last week has probably proved that I'm not saying it for the sake of it. We've made subs and rotations throughout the 3 games, and it's made us no weaker at any point. I think that you've seen the changes that come on tonight. Kane started on the bench, George started on the bench, both come on and scored. And like you said, Leon was absolutely magnificent tonight, got a hat-trick against his former club, so I know he'll enjoy that one, and probably the only hat-trick he'll ever get in his career. So we'll have to listen to that for a couple of days now until we're back in action on Thursday at home to Chip and Sodbury.
Whenever we've slipped up in the past, it's always been against teams that are struggling towards the bottom. How much pressure has there been in the past week to get results against the likes of Shrivenham and Bradford?
Yeah, I mean, you've said it yourself. Like, we were very good against the better teams in the league historically, but I feel like now we've sort of turned a corner and we've learnt to play more, be braver on the football, create more chances, show that we can mix it up physically, obviously against the bigger and stronger sides, and battle those and grind those results out, but also against the teams where obviously we've seen Bradford sat in with 10 men behind the ball. It's hard to break them down, and we've moved the ball really well tonight and scored lots of different varieties of goals, and that was the same on Saturday Shrivenham, and the same against Thornbury. So it's a really pleasing week, 3 games in a week. I see managers moaning about the fixture schedule and how many injuries they've got, and this, that and the other, but that's my job to then come and bring in players or rotate the squad or make sure that they're fit and healthy and the training's right. So I feel that buck rests on myself and the management team to make those decisions. That's why we're in the job, to make sure that you're constantly on your toes, thinking about the next game and talking to people properly who's going to play tonight. I had 3 or 4 conversations before the game to make sure that they knew who was starting tonight and they would be starting on Thursday, and wrapped people up in cotton wool after 60 minutes on Saturday, and did so again tonight when I could. So you've got to manage the game, and luckily they've been 3 quite comfortable victories, so you can manage that squad and look after people as much as you can.
We are coming into a period of playing 2-3 times a week. I know last Thursday's game was called off, but we're in action again in 48 hours. At some point, do you think the fixture schedule could trip us up in our hunt to track down Malvern in second place?
Personally, I love it. I want to be playing games Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, or whatever it is. I love being at football with everybody. And obviously we are a really good side at the moment. It might catch up with us. We've seen our April schedule like a game every 3 or 4 days. It's going to catch up with it at some point, I'm sure. But I think anyone that's got asked the question, would you rather have a busy schedule in April and have a game every 3 days and be in the semi-final of the Vaz, they would have said yeah. So it comes with the territory of being successful in a national-wide competition. I've got full faith in the full squad, about rotating players, making sure that players are looked after. If they're struggling with knocks, make sure they're seeing physio and getting the right rehabilitation. I think you've got to handle it all, and that responsibility but starts with me. So I make sure that I'm in constant contact with boys, making sure they're not being overused, making sure that I'm speaking to the boys that are coming on for 20 minutes, that they're going to be starting in the next game. Constant communication and information, I feel, is key at this level, and it's the way to create like a really nice environment in the changing room. And as long as you're honest with boys, at the games they're going to be playing, and you speak to them before they get to football and let them know, I don't feel that anyone can have any complaints. It's a squad game throughout the season. You're not going to compete for anything with the same 11. So tonight was a prime example of that over the last week, how busy it's been. But like I said, I really look forward to coming to football at the moment. Love all the boys in the change room, love my backroom staff, love all the supporters and how busy it's got around the South Bank, and it just shows like natural progression in how the reputation of the football club's grown over this season.
Throughout the whole of the Vars campaign up until now, you've always told me that you're not thinking about the Vars at all. You're concentrating on the league. Is that still the case, despite how big of a game is coming up for us against Ascot?
I mean, I hold it against the boys, keep them honest, because you're in a semi-final of the Vars. If they're not performing, or they drop their standards, then they could see themselves out the side for the Vars game. Because I'm always going to pick my most in-form and best 11 to start that game. So in a minute, I can say, look, if you're not producing away at Shrivenham, or midweek to Bradford and Chipping Sodbury, or away to Mangotsfield on Saturday, then you could find yourself out the side. So it's a luxury for me to have. And, with that big game coming up, yeah, I'll be thinking about it, and we'll be getting organised as much as we can. But I still don't want to get to the Vars semi-final and, we've lost 2 or 3 games and we're out of the race for promotion. I'm trying to, spin as many plates as I can and balance the double act on the Vars and the league. And so far it's going okay. But I don't want to go to the Vars game, losing the Vars of the semi-final, because we're against the favourites Ascot, and we've already been out of the promotion race because we've taken our foot off the pedal, our eye off the ball in the league. So that's what I keep reiterating to the boys, is that we need to make sure that league form remains paramount, and that will always be the case for me.
As I said, we're in action again in 48 hours against Chipping Sodbury back at the South Bank. How much will your starting 11 change after turning around so quickly?
Yeah, I obviously made 5 subs tonight because we're allowed to do that, and I done that as early as possible. I think 50, 60 minutes. So a couple of the boys have only played 60 minutes on Saturday and 60 minutes tonight. So if I can get them through one more on Thursday and then do the same on Saturday and manage the fixture congestion, if we can get through Thursday and Saturday and rotate the boys that need it, then we've got the week off, to prepare for the Vars. So if we can just limp over the next 2 games, make sure that everyone's got heavy legs, is having a spin tomorrow, and whatever they need to do, having treatment, they get to the ground nice and early on Thursday, get their rubs and things like that, and a couple might have to get patched up. But the squad we've got tonight, you've seen how strong the bench was. Alex Hallett not in the squad tonight, so hopefully he's ready for action on Thursday, having the night off. Hobbsy didn't travel to the home game tonight, so he'll be back in action for Thursday. Both really important players, so they're going to come back in. You've seen the 5 changes we made tonight. Kane started on the bench, Cal Demkiff started on the bench, Bathy, George, Chrissy. So we've got really good options. So long may that continue, and hopefully the run of games keep going in this purple patch now. So you think that's 15 goals scored and none conceded in a week of football. Can we take that a little bit further with Chipping Sodbury and Mangotsfield now?
Wrapping up this evening then, I think Leon got the sponsors man of the match for obvious reasons. Is he your man of the match?
Yeah, I think so. Ruz was incredible again for us. The more games he plays, the better he gets, and he looks like he really enjoys it in the change room as well, to have someone who's played at that higher level to come in. He looks so assured and looks after the rest of the boys. He's an absolute Rolls Royce of a player, and I've said that a few times now, but Leon, all 3 of his goals were really well taken tonight. It's not like he'd scored 2 tap-ins on it. His first one was an absolute thunderbolt. His second one was a really good overlapping finish, and then his third one was like he's been playing centre forward for years. So I'm sure I won't hear the end of it, but he was absolutely superb tonight. And with the little tweak in formation and the more attacking play that we're looking to do, it's important that he adds that to his game. I know he's been probably overthinking being a really defensive left back now to going and joining in attacking wise. That would done him the world of good tonight to show that he can go both ways, and fully deserved.